I wasn't recording. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm alive. I didn't die. And I'm here to bring you my 2025 goals. I'm not going to get into why I haven't posted in a while. That's a story for another time. But I am here to get into what I plan to do for 2025 language learning goals, period. Hashtag polyglot, hashtag language learning. And we're festive up in here. In 2025, I'm learning Australian. It is the end of 2024. I have a lot of failed goals, but what we are going to do is we're going to learn from those failed goals, okay? I think for me, as someone who knows a lot of languages, I've gotten into the trap of thinking like, oh, I can develop them all in a year. Well, honestly, some need to take a backseat. It's just physically impossible to have a full-time job, to live life not as a student and have time for like a dozen languages. So in 2025, we are being focused. And by focused, I don't mean rise and grind. I mean like I'm being more mindful about what goals I set, and I'm actually doing things that I really do want to improve. So 2025, what is going on? Let that be a lesson for my audience that, you know, as you accumulate more and more languages, some just need to take a backseat, and that's totally fine because I'm not rushing on my Chinese. That's just a thing that I am glad that I have started, and I will come back to it once I have some passion, some spark that makes me want to go back to it. I do currently have a spark for Japanese. I do currently have a spark for Turkish. I do currently have a spark for Korean. I do currently have a spark for a secret language, which I will be mentioning later.
That's a surprise tool that can help us later.
So what am I doing this year? What are my language goals? They're not going to be that different. You'll notice the long-term goal is kind of the same. Writing for this one, listening comprehension for this one, speaking for this one, but it's a little bit more focused and more realistic with where I'm at with my hiatuses on certain languages, and I want to take that into consideration as I am forming these goals. For 日本語と2025年に1日一つの漢字を勉強します。So it's kind of a goal that you've seen me make in previous year's goals, but I am still dedicated to that goal of reaching the end of that, 2,130 something kanji that are standard for Japanese speakers. I want to get to that end of that book, and the only way to do it is just hitting the books, learning those kanji every single day. Now that I'm going back to Anki and finally doing what I said I would do, I think this goal is achievable. I haven't made much progress exactly because of the Anki thing. I'm like, oh, I'm learning more. Oh, I need to review the old ones. Oh, I don't want to review the old ones. And then it just got worse and worse. Now that the Anki thing is going to be, there will be an attempt to fix it. I think the Japanese goal is definitely within reason, definitely possible by the end of the year. Turkish. What happened with my Turkish? So I was having a really good, successful time having Turkish lessons with a Turkish teacher on italki. For personal reasons, things going on in the teacher's life, for a reason, we stopped having regular lessons. Because of that, my Turkish has definitely fallen apart, but I don't think it'll take a lot of effort to get it back to the level it was at. And the way that I'm going to do that is in two parts. So ultimately, my goal is a weekly Turkish lesson. Hopefully by at least June, that is something that I can achieve. In order to get to that point, I think I need a smaller goal. So the long-term goal,
weekly lessons.
The way that I achieve that is going to be 2 hours of listening per month, and then at least 1 minute of video content of me speaking to my camera in Turkish per week, and I will be posting that probably on Blue Sky, maybe Instagram. We'll see what format works for that. I don't want it to be too edited. I literally just want to record something, post it. I don't want to make a whole video about things. I just want a quick, like, push me to speak, because I don't think I can have those lessons with my Turkish teacher if I haven't spoken in almost a year. So So ultimately, at the end of the year, my determining of whether or not I failed will be, do I have weekly Turkish lessons, yes or no? That's a pretty binary thing, like, is it happening or not? So, SMART, SMART goals, right? That is Turkish, that is where I'm at, that's where I want to be Turkish. Korean, 한국어. For 한국어, I think I need to be learning different styles of speaking, listening to people speak at a native speed, just introducing myself to new structures, introducing myself to how normal people speak. I have been doing this. I wasn't a complete failure in 2024, but to keep this success going, I'm giving myself the goal of 2 hours of Korean listening per month without subtitles. Keyword, without subtitles. There is a really nice drama I'm watching with Jisoo, and I don't remember what the guy's name is, but you know, he's like it's a historical thing. It's from the 1980s, and then he is like a spy from North Korea, and then she's trying to hide. It was something like, that's great. I'm watching that with subtitles. So that's not accumulating much for me. I want to do 2 hours of listening without subtitles. And there's not much to say other than that's a pretty measurable goal that really contributes to what I'm trying to do overall. That's Korean. French has been a failure because I'm in, last year it was about finishing a game in French. The fact that I didn't finish it is kind of a twofold thing. It's about studying. It's about not studying the French language, but it's also about like the vibes when you play a game. Like sometimes you're just not vibing with the game, so you don't play it. And if I'm not playing that game, I'm not contributing to my French. So in 2025, I think it's a very measurable goal. I'm going to complete Dragon Quest XI in French. I already started it. I did it in a video on YouTube. I'm going to continue that. German goal, I think it's going to be identical to last year. Last year, the German goal was a success, so I'm going to do the exact same goal this year, which is to complete one game in German, particularly for a text-heavy game. So of course, like something like a shooting game where you're shooting people and you're not reading text. That one doesn't count. I would like to play a game in German using a lot of text. I want to encounter a lot of German. And there's a couple candidates in mind: Persona 4 Golden, Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. I think those are some ones that I want to play that are in German that would pretty easy to access for me. But we'll see what I'm vibing with as the year goes on. I think this is going to be a fun one. It's been successful in the past. I think it's really helped my vocabulary, kind of reading skill. That's where I'm at with my German. I don't think I want to be more ambitious than that at this moment. I'm happy with that. Secret language, oh my gosh. Okay, so I recently bought a textbook for a new language that I have never learned before. It is right here. It is blurred because for now in this video it's going to be a secret language. I'm not going to say what that language is just yet. I'm going to make a video in the future about what I'm doing, why, when, where. It would have been a little too much for this video. So that's being separated into another video. So for the time being, you're going to look at a blurred book here. It is pretty chunky. There's about 350 pages, like 40 something chapters. It is in a family that I've never learned before. It doesn't have cognates. Oh, well, it does have cognates with some languages I know, but it's not significant enough to learn the basic language, If I know French, Spanish would be an easy jump, Italian would be an easy jump. Nothing I know would be an easy jump into this language. So I'm giving myself time to breathe, a time to really sit with this language. So what I would like to do is to do at least a chapter a month. I think I want to push myself a little bit more than that, try to do like a chapter every 2 weeks. But ultimately by the middle of the year, I would like to get 10 chapters done of this textbook. It seems very like that's not like a significant goal, but to learn the basics of the language, I cannot start speaking. I totally disagree with like speaking from day one or writing from day one, reading from day one. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna mention it on my social medias, but I need to completely understand before I start using it, and this is a really new experience for me. I've never learned anything in this language family. So I think a very reasonable amount to do is 10 chapters in 6 months. And that's all I'm gonna say for this video, because it deserves its own video about why I started this, what's my goals, how. I'll leave it there. And that's it, period. I'm not going to mention the other languages that I do know, just because, especially for the ones I'm not focused on, there's like a 90% chance that I don't do those goals. So I'm just not even gonna try, because it just is another reason why I am like angry with myself that I didn't complete that goal. How about I just don't make a goal if I'm not excited about that language? So of course, I'm still going to be using them, going to be learning them from time to time, but it's going to be much more like maintenance mode. I'm just going to be maintaining these languages because I'm just not ambitious with them at the moment. What I'm ambitious with is what I already mentioned.
I said what I said.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my languages. What do you think? What are your goals? I want to hear it in the comments. What do you want to see from me? I haven't posted in a while, so like, what should I post about? Any like video ideas that you want to see from me? Any like language updates you want to see? There's the game, language learning game that came out that I really want to talk about, the like Noun Town or something like that. Maybe that could be a video that I'm making in 2025, but let me know in the comments. How have you been? How has everyone been? I haven't talked to people in like a year, so sorry about that, but expect more in the future. As for social medias, I am on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Tumblr, and kind of on that. It's more like where I put my blogs. I have a website where I talk about language learning. If you're a language learner of any language, you can get some value from this website. Blue Sky is the new one that I'm trying to post more on, but there's not that many language learners, or it's not giving me language learners. So follow me on Blue Sky so that I have like language people to talk to on there. That's probably where I'll be posting that, me speaking in Turkish to just like get, relaxed, remember some Turkish to get loosened up. Follow me on there. Subscribe if you want to see more of my language learning journey. I will see you in another video. Actually soon. Last year I said very soon. That was not true. Actually soon. Okay.